Your CFO gets an email. It looks like a file sharing notification from inside your organization. The sender address matches your domain. The subject references a financial report. At the bottom, a scannable code. He scans it with his phone, logs in. The page resolves cleanly. 30 seconds later, a new device registers on his Microsoft 365 account. Your IT team does not get an alert. The CFO does not get a notification. The attacker now has a persistent access that will survive your next password reset. This is not a hypothetical. A phishing-as-a-service platform called VENOM has been running this exact playbook against C-suite executives at financial institutions since November of 2025. Abnormal Security documented it in April 2026. Today, I'm walking you through the full attack chain and the 4 controls that stop it. VENOM is a phishing-as-a-service platform. That means this is not a one-off attack by a single criminal. It's an infrastructure built and maintained by a back-end operator, licensed to other threat actors who run their own campaigns against their own target lists. 60% of VENOM's targeted recipients held C-level president or chairman titles. The platform selects victims by name. Your CFO, your compliance officer, your board members, they are in the targeting profile. Here is the technical piece that makes this different from the phishing your email security handles today. VENOM does not use an image for its QR code. That is its quick response code. It renders the QR code entirely from Unicode block characters inside an HTML. That is hypertext markup, pre-tag. To the human eye, it looks identical to any other QR code. To your email security scanner, it's plain text. There is no image to extract. There is no URL embedded in an image to resolve. The QR code passes straight through. When the executive scans the code, VENOM uses an adversary in the middle proxy. The proxy fetches your organization's real Microsoft login page, your actual logo, your actual branding, and relays it in real time. The executives enter their credentials and approve the MFA challenge. VENOM relays both to Microsoft's Live API, the application programming interface. Microsoft sees a valid login with valid MFA. It issues an authenticated session token. VENOM captures that token. Then comes the persistent step that most incident response playbooks miss. Using the stolen session, VENOM registers an attacker-controlled authentication, a second MFA device on the account. The Entra ID audit logs, that is Microsoft's Entra ID, your identity platform. This appears as a software token activated event with the display name. No underscore device, no alert fires. No user is notified. The attacker's authenticator sits alongside the executive's real one. When your team resets the password, the attacker uses their registered authenticator to complete the MFA with the new password. The attacker stays in the account through the first round of remediation. Here is what makes VENOM specifically dangerous for financial institutions. Standard MFA does not stop this attack. Authenticator, apps, SMS codes, push notifications, VENOM's proxy relays them all in real time. Microsoft receives a valid MFA completion. The session is issued. Your security posture is built on the assumption that MFA is the final barrier. VENOM was designed to defeat that assumption. Your incident response runbook probably says, reset the password, revoke the session. That is the right instinct, but it is incomplete against VENOM. Password reset alone leaves the attacker's registered MFA device active. You have to do 3 things in sequence. Reset the password, then navigate to the Entra profile and revoke all active sessions as a separate administrative action. Then remove any authenticated devices the user does not recognize, particularly any showing the display name "no device" in audit logs. Most runbooks stop at the password reset. The attacker's token stays active. And if your compromised executive has Copilot for Microsoft 365 access, the attacker inherits that access. They can query SharePoint for financial matters, search mail for wire transfer procedures, summarize board communications, all through a legitimate Microsoft session that looks like normal Copilot usage. At Access Business Technologies, our Guardian operating model addresses VENOM at 4 specific failure points in the attack chain. First, we enforce phishing-resistant MFA for all executive and privileged accounts through a conditional access policy. FIDO2, that is FIDO2 hardware security keys and certificate-based authentication binding through the login cryptology to the real Microsoft login domain. When VENOM's proxy server tries to relay that challenge from a different domain, the cryptographic verification fails. The attack chain cannot proceed past step 4. No credential, no MFA code, no session token. This is the single most important control for stopping VENOM cold. Second, we enable QR code scanning in Defender for Office 365 safe attachments, specifically the policy for text-rendered QR codes in HTML content, not just image attachments. Most financial institutions tenants have safe attachments enabled but not configured for Unicode QR content. That gap is what VENOM exploits at the email layer. Enabling this policy catches the delivery before the executive ever sees the message. Third, we create a conditional access policy that blocks the device authorization grant flow for every account that does not have a documented legitimate need for it. Most employees at financial institutions have no reason to use device code authentication. The exceptions: team room devices, shared kiosks, specific printers, they go on a narrow allow list. Everyone else, device code flow blocked. That removes VENOM's second attack variant entirely. Fourth, we configure Entra ID Protection with risky sign-in policies that detect adversary in the middle patterns, sign-ins for unfamiliar locations, token anomaly signals, impossible travel events. We also add a custom alert for any new MFA device registration so that a no device software token activated event triggers an immediate review. These are not point solutions. The same conditional access architecture that stops VENOM also stops evil tokens, browser sync attacks, and a dozen other credential theft campaigns documented over the last 12 months. The investment compounds across every new attack that comes through the same attack surface. These configurations are deployed across more than 750 financial institutions that Guardian monitors today. The full technical breakdown, including the specific Entra ID audit log patterns to watch for, and the 3-step remediation sequence for a confirmed VENOM compromise, is in the blog article linked below this video. If you want to know whether your tenant has the 4 controls in place today, go to getmygrade.myabt.com. The Guardian Security Grade Assessment checks all of that for you and we'll send you a report. The assessment takes 10 minutes. And if you want the Guardian team to implement these controls for you, visit myabt.com. The link is in the description below. I'm Justin Kirsch with Access Business Technologies. See you in the next one.